Listen carefully. What I am going to say will sound absurd to you. It will sound contrary to everything you have been taught. It will contradict all the conditioning that society has imposed upon you. But truth is always paradoxical. Truth always contradicts the ordinary mind. The secret of wealth is deep rest. You have been told the opposite your entire life. Work hard, hustle, grind, never stop. Sleep is for the weak. Rise and grind. No pain, no gain. The early bird gets the worm. These are the mantras of your culture, the religion of your society. And look where it has brought you. Exhausted, burnt out, anxious, running on coffee and cortisol, chasing money but finding only misery. You are trying to fill your bank account while emptying your soul. You are gaining the world but losing yourself, and you call this success. You call this wealth, but I tell you, this is poverty of the deepest kind. This is bankruptcy of being. Real wealth is not in your bank account. Real wealth is in your being. And being requires rest, deep rest, not the rest of unconsciousness, not the rest of collapse, but the rest of consciousness, the rest of presence, the rest of meditation. You think activity creates wealth. You think the more you do, the more you will have. But this is the great illusion, the great lie that keeps you enslaved. Action without rest is mere reaction. Doing without being is mere mechanism. You become a machine, not a human being. And machines do not create wealth, they merely transfer it from one place to another while wearing themselves out in the process. Look at nature. Look at how existence operates. The tree does not hustle. The tree rests deeply in the earth, draws nourishment from silence, from stillness, from the darkness beneath the soil, and from this deep rest, what abundance arises? Flowers, fruits, shade, oxygen, beauty beyond measure. The tree is wealthy because the tree knows how to rest. The ocean does not grind 24 hours a day. The ocean has its rhythms, its tides, its moments of complete stillness. And from this rhythm of activity and rest comes its power, its depth, its infinite creativity. Every wave is born from silence. Every movement emerges from stillness. But you have forgotten how to rest. You have forgotten the rhythm of life. You are all action and no being, all doing and no presence, all noise and no silence. And you wonder why you are poor even when your bank account is full. You wonder why you feel empty even when your schedule is packed. You wonder why there is no juice in your life, no vitality, no creativity, no joy. The secret is simple, but you are too busy to hear it. The secret is obvious, but you are too distracted to see it. The secret of wealth is deep rest. But when I say rest, I do not mean laziness. Laziness is not rest. Laziness is resistance to life. Laziness is fear masquerading as inaction. Laziness is the other extreme of the same disease that creates your compulsive activity. The lazy person and the workaholic are not opposites. They are two sides of the same coin. Both are out of rhythm. Both have lost the natural flow. Both are disconnected from their being. Deep rest is not laziness. Deep rest is the most active state possible. It is the state of total alertness, total presence, total availability to life. It is the state where you are not doing anything, but you are absolutely awake. You are not achieving anything, but you are absolutely alive. You are not going anywhere, but you are absolutely present. This is meditation. This is the rest I am speaking about. And from this rest, real wealth arises. Not the wealth that you chase, but the wealth that chases you. Not the wealth that you struggle to create, but the wealth that flows through you naturally, effortlessly, joyfully. Look at your life honestly. Look at what you call productivity. You wake up exhausted because you went to sleep exhausted. You did not sleep. You merely collapsed from depletion. Your sleep is not rest. It is unconsciousness born of exhaustion. You are not recharging. You are merely not dying. There is a difference. You wake up and immediately you are in your phone. Before your eyes are fully open, you are scrolling. Before you have taken a conscious breath, you are consuming information. News, emails, messages, notifications. You are filling your consciousness with noise before you have even said hello to existence. You are polluting your being before the day has begun. Then you rush to the bathroom, rush through breakfast if you eat breakfast at all, rush to work, rush through traffic. Your whole body is tense. Your jaw is clenched. Your shoulders are up around your ears. Your breath is shallow. You are in a constant state of low-grade panic, and you call this normal. You call this life. At work, you are busy being busy, multitasking, which is just a fancy word for doing nothing well. Scattered attention, fragmented consciousness. You are everywhere and nowhere. You are doing everything and accomplishing nothing meaningful. You are responding to the urgent while ignoring the important. You are being reactive instead of creative. You are being driven instead of being the driver. Lunch is at your desk, if you take lunch at all. Eating unconsciously while staring at a screen, not tasting the food, not grateful for the nourishment, just consuming fuel so you can continue the grind. You are treating yourself like a machine. Fill the tank. Keep going. Efficiency, productivity, output. But you are not a machine. You are a living being. You need rest, deep rest, conscious rest, not just sleep, though you need that too. Not just weekends, though you need those as well, but moment-to-moment rest. The rest that comes from not being identified with the doing, the rest that comes from being rooted in being even while action is happening. The afternoon comes and you are running on caffeine and adrenaline. Your natural energy is depleted, but you are overriding the signals. You are pushing through mind over matter, you say. But the matter is your body, your being, your life, and you are overriding it with your mind, that neurotic taskmaster that knows nothing about life, only about achievement and comparison and fear. Evening comes and you are wired and tired simultaneously, exhausted but unable to rest. So you collapse in front of another screen, television, social media, Netflix. You call this relaxation, but it is merely distraction. You are not resting, you are numbing. You are not recharging, you are dissociating. The difference is crucial. Your nervous system never down-regulates. You are stuck in sympathetic overdrive. Fight or flight. Cortisol coursing through your veins. Inflammation building in your body. Disease germinating in the soil of stress. And you accept this as the price of success. You wear your exhaustion like a badge of honor. You compete over who is more busy, more tired, more sacrificing. This is madness. This is collective insanity, and you have accepted it as normal. And what wealth has this created? You have money, perhaps. Some of you have a lot of money. But do you have energy? Do you have vitality? Do you have creativity? Do you have joy? Do you have peace? Do you have presence? Do you have the capacity to be with your children without thinking about work? Do you have the ability to be with your lover without your mind being somewhere else? Do you have the freedom to simply be without the compulsion to do? Let me explain something to you about real economics. Not the economics they teach in business school, but the economics of life. The economics of energy. You are not just a physical body. You are an energy system. You have a certain amount of life force, a certain amount of vital energy. This energy is your real capital. This energy is your true wealth. Everything else flows from this. Your creativity flows from this. Your intelligence flows from this. Your capacity to love flows from this. Your ability to manifest wealth flows from this. But your energy is not unlimited. It is renewable, yes, but only if you know how to renew it. And renewal does not happen through doing. Renewal happens through rest, deep rest, conscious rest. Think of yourself as a well, a deep well of energy. When you are constantly drawing from this well without allowing it to refill, what happens? The well runs dry. You become depleted, exhausted, burnt out. And from a dry well, what can you draw? Nothing. From depletion, what can you create? Nothing of value, nothing of beauty, nothing of real worth. But when you rest deeply, when you allow the well to refill, when you reconnect with the source of your energy, then the well overflows. Then you have abundance. Then you have surplus. And from surplus comes generosity. From surplus comes creativity. From surplus comes real wealth. This is the paradox. The less you do, the more you accomplish. Not the less you do in terms of laziness, but the less you do in terms of compulsive, fear-driven activity. When you stop doing from depletion and start doing from overflow, everything changes. The quality of your action transforms completely. Action from depletion is forced. It is effortful. It is grinding. It creates mediocre results and exhausts you in the process. You are pushing the river. You are trying to make things happen through sheer force of will. And it works sometimes, but at what cost? The cost is your health. The cost is your relationships. The cost is your joy. The cost is your life. But action from overflow is effortless. It is joyful. It is playful. It creates extraordinary results and energizes you in the process. You are flowing with the river. You are allowing things to happen through you, not making them happen by you. And this action is powerful. This action is creative. This action creates real wealth. Let me give you an example. Two people are in the same business. Both are intelligent. Both are skilled. Both work hard. But one is constantly exhausted, stressed, anxious. The other is relaxed, present, energized. Who do you think creates more wealth? Not just money, but real wealth. Who creates better relationships with clients? Who makes better decisions? Who sees opportunities that others miss? Who has the creativity to innovate? Who has the energy to persevere through challenges without burning out? The one who rests deeply, the one who is connected to their source, the one who operates from overflow, not depletion. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is practical economics, energy economics, the most important economics there is, and the one economics that modern business completely ignores. Your business school taught you about capital, about resources, about markets, about strategy, but did it teach you about your own energy? Did it teach you how to manage your life force? Did it teach you that your consciousness is your most valuable asset? Did it teach you that rest is not the opposite of productivity but the foundation of it? No. Because business school operates from the same insane paradigm as the rest of society. More is better. Faster is better. And now science is discovering what mystics have known for thousands of years. Your brain needs rest, deep rest, not just the rest of sleep, though that is crucial, but the rest of meditation, the rest of presence, the rest of simply being without doing. Your brain has two modes of operation. One is called the task positive network. This is when you are focused on external activity, on doing, on achieving. The other is called the default mode network. This is when you are not focused on anything in particular, when you are simply being, when your mind is at rest. And science has discovered something extraordinary. The default mode network is not idle. It is not wasting time. It is doing something incredibly important. It is integrating. It is consolidating memories. It is making connections between disparate pieces of information. It is solving problems that the active mind cannot solve. It is being creative in ways that focused attention cannot be. In other words, when you rest deeply, when you stop trying to figure everything out, when you stop doing and simply be, your brain is doing its most important work, the work of integration, the work of creativity, the work of insight. This is why your best ideas come in the shower. why solutions appear when you are taking a walk, why breakthroughs happen when you stop trying and simply relax. Because the creative intelligence of your being needs space. It needs rest. It needs silence. It cannot function when you are constantly in doing mode, in achieving mode, in grinding mode. But you have been conditioned to feel guilty about rest. You have been conditioned to believe that if you are not doing something, you are wasting time, you are being lazy, you are falling behind. And so you never allow yourself to truly rest. Even your vacations are packed with activities. Even your leisure time is scheduled and optimized. You cannot simply be. You have lost the art of simply being. And this is costing you everything. This is costing you your creativity. This is costing you your intelligence. This is costing you your wealth. Real wealth, the wealth that comes from being connected to your source, to your depth, to your creative intelligence. Let me tell you about another discovery from neuroscience. Your brain has what is called neuroplasticity. It can change, it can grow, it can create new neural pathways. But this neuroplasticity requires rest. The formation of new neural connections happens primarily during rest, during sleep, during meditation, not during activity. So if you want to learn, if you want to grow, if you want to evolve, if you want to become more intelligent, more creative, more capable, you need rest, deep rest. This is not optional. This is not luxury. This is biological necessity. And there is more. Your body has a parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest system. This is the system that allows your body to heal, to repair, to regenerate. But this system only activates when you are at rest, when you are in a state of safety, of relaxation, of deep letting go, when you are constantly in stress mode, in doing mode, in sympathetic nervous system activation. Your body cannot heal. Your immune system is suppressed. Your digestive system does not function properly. Your hormones become imbalanced. Inflammation increases. Disease develops. You are literally killing yourself with busyness. You are destroying your health with your relentless doing, and you are calling this productivity. You are calling this success. But I tell you, this is suicide in slow motion. But there is something even deeper here, something that science is only beginning to touch, something that cannot be measured in a laboratory, but can be experienced in the depth of your being. When you rest deeply, when you enter into meditation, when you simply be without doing, you connect with something vast, something infinite, something that mystics have called God, or Tao, or Brahman, or the Absolute. The name does not matter. What matters is the experience. You are not just this small ego, this limited personality, this body-mind that was born and will die. You are much more than this. You are an expression of the infinite. You are a wave on the ocean of consciousness. And when you rest deeply, when you stop identifying with the wave and recognize yourself as the ocean, everything changes. This is not philosophy. This is not belief. This is direct experience. And from this experience, real wealth arises. Not the wealth of accumulation, but the wealth of being. Not the wealth that comes from getting, but the wealth that comes from giving. Not the wealth that you have, but the wealth that you are. When you are connected to your source, to the infinite, to the ground of being, you realize that you are already wealthy. You are already abundant. You are already complete. Nothing is missing. Nothing needs to be achieved. Nothing needs to be accumulated. You are already that which you have been seeking. And from this realization, from this deep rest in your own being, action arises naturally. Not compulsive action, not driven action, not fear-based action, but action that is creative, joyful, spontaneous, action that is an overflow of your being, not a compensation for your sense of lack. This is not easy in your culture. This is not supported by your society. This is not encouraged by your employers, but this is necessary for your well-being. This is essential for your health. This is fundamental for your happiness. So you must choose. You must choose rest over busyness. You must choose presence over productivity. You must choose being over doing, not as a rejection of the world, but as an embrace of life, not as an escape from responsibility, but as a deepening into responsibility, not as laziness, but as the highest form of intelligence. And this choice is not made once. This choice is made moment by moment. Each moment you can choose to rest in your being or get lost in doing. Each moment you can choose to breathe consciously or breathe mechanically. Each moment you can choose to be present or be absent. Each moment you can choose wealth or poverty. Choose wealth. Choose the wealth of your own being. Choose the wealth of presence. Choose the wealth of rest. And from this wealth, all other wealth will flow. Not because you are chasing it, but because you are being it. Not because you are creating it, but because you are allowing it. Not because you are forcing it, but because you are flowering into it. This is the secret. This is the key. This is the way. Deep rest, sacred rest, conscious rest, not as a means to an end, but as an end in itself. Not as a tool for productivity, but as the very essence of life. Rest deeply, and you will discover that you are already wealthy. You always have been. The poverty was an illusion created by your busy mind. The lack was a fiction created by your constant doing. The insufficiency was a lie created by your culture. The truth is, you are abundance itself. You are wealth itself. You are prosperity itself, not because of what you have, but because of what you are. And what you are is consciousness, is awareness, is being, is life itself. This cannot be taken away. This cannot be lost. This cannot be diminished.